Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here today to share with you another Make It Monday tutorial. Today, I'm going to share with you 9 different cards and how you can create borders around your sentiments. And you can start out very simple with no border, and then we can go from anywhere to 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch. And I'm going to share with you 9 different ways in which you can do that. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need is to choose a sentiment. Now, I chose the Flowers of Friendship sentiment, and I did use the Stamparatus to create it nice and darkly. So then you're going to be able to choose whatever card base you want. I have chosen black. That measures 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4 to create my card. And then I have a layer of 4 by 5 1/4 that I'm putting right on top of it. Now, all of the measurements and all the supplies that I'm using today will be on my blog at blessedbycards.com in a free download, because I'm really going to step it up and we're going to do lots of layers in these 9 cards. So just so you can follow along, you can pause the video, or you can hop on over to my blog at blessedbycards.com and download that whenever it's convenient for you. So the first one, it's going to measure, all of my greetings measure the same, 1.5 by 2.5. And then the first one, I just simply put it on there in the middle with no border at all. So that's card number 1. But let's step it up and create a 1/8 of an inch border around that, and that is going to step it up just a little bit. And then if you want to step it up again, and we're just going increments here because we're going to use all of these to step it up even more, and this is the next increment, 1/4 of an inch. So we've gone from 0 to 1/8 to 1/4. And now we are going to 1/2. So it does really change the look of the card if you go from a smaller border to a larger border, or even no border at all. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use these increments here to really step up our cards. Okay, so that was card number really 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very, very, very simple. But let's bring in card number 5. And again, I'm starting with the same black, and I am putting a layer of colored, and it can be whatever color you want on top. It's your choice. I'm stuck with black and white here just to make it simpler. And so then we're going to take our little borders, and this measured 1.5 by 2.5, and I stepped it up. And so then my measurement for the black is going to measure 1 5/8 by 2 5/8. And then you're just going to step it up from there however much you want. For this number 5 card, I took another one that measures 1 7/8 by 1 3/8, and then a 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And all I'm going to do is bring in the snail, and I'm just going to simply put some adhesive on there, and you can use liquid glue if you want, or you can use the snail adhesive. And I'm just layering these on top of each other with those increments. And again, all these measurements are going to be on my blog at blessedbycards.com, and you can download that free. So then we're going to stick this right on that card front, and that is going to create card number 5, and that is very much stepped up from the first version. Let me bring that back in to show you how that looks differently. That goes from that one little plain 1/4 of an inch from here to here. Okay, so that is that one, and that's card number 5. Card number 6, I'm taking the 1/4 inch border. No, I'm sorry. I'm lying to you. So sorry. I'm taking another 1/8 of an inch border that again measures 1 5/8 by 2 5/8. And I'm just stepping it up and layering it whether you want to choose to make a larger border, and I'm going by either 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, or 1/2 of an inch. Those are the measurements I like to do for my borders, anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. And really it depends on how much you want to change out, how much colors you want showing. And again, oops, upside down, but that's all right because we'll just flip it around like this. And there we go. And then again, this stayed the same, 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm simply going to mount that right there. And then again, I'm just going to mount this directly onto my card base. Just going to bring that right in there. Okay, and so that is card number 5 and card number 6. So you can see that it's kind of changing a little bit with the different borders and how it looks. All right, card number 7. Let's bring card number 7 in. And again, I'm using that same black border and my card front. You can choose whatever your favorite colors are. This time I am going to use the 1/4 inch piece. So I'm starting with that. And that measures 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I'm just stepping it up. And I'm just going to add these on here. And they're just, if you want it real skinny, make it 1/8 of an inch. If you want it to be a little bit bigger, 1/4 of an inch. And if you want a drastic border, do that 1/2 an inch, or even more if you want. I just choose to use those increments. And this one is being mounted on a real skinny black. And again, all these measurements will be available on my blog. And I'm just going to, again, set that right in the center. And then that one even looks different from this one. And it looks different from this one. So they're all, they're different increments, but they're really stepping up that card. And then let's do card number 8. Card number 8, I'm going to use this 1/2 inch border. So again, starting with a 1 1/2 by 2 1/2, and then I stepped it up to make that 1/2 inch border. So that measures 2 by 3, and I'm taking that 2 by 3 piece, and I'm going to add it to a piece of white that measures 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and that's going to give me a little bit tinier border. And then I'm going to take that piece and measure it to a piece that's 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. And again, it's just a matter of playing with it. It's really fun to decide whether you want a really skinny border or you want a bigger border. But it really does make a very different looking card. So let me bring in, this is card number 8. Let's bring back in the other ones. And you can kind of see, oops, I forgot to mount this one. So sorry. Smart not mount that one on there so it doesn't fly away from us. And as you can see, all of the different varieties of whether it's thin, thick, and it's all from a 1/8 of an inch up to a 1/2 of an inch. So then my last card, I am going to do it a little bit different. Card number 9, instead of doing the black card base, I'm going to do my colored card base. And my white base is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to mount that right on my card front. And then I have a piece that measures 3 1/2 by 4 1/4, 4 3/4, sorry. And I'm going to measure that right on top of there. Can't really talk and do things at the same time. Okay, and now that that's on there, now I'm going to take our basic one that we started with, the 1 1/2 by 2 1/2, and this time I'm going to put it right on a piece that measures 2 by 3. So right away I'm jumping it up. And I'll do it over here so I can see. And then this last piece is going to be on a piece that measures 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. And that's going to give you a more wider border on all of those. And so that is card number 9. So as you can see, they are all the same colors, but different borders when you measure out either 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch, and you get a variety of cards. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to hop on over to my blog at blessedbycards.com so you can download all the measurements for all of these cards. And until next time, be blessed.